lot of, everything is safe right now. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's a lot of happy music out right now, and that's as far as I can get into detail with it.
It's a lot of happy music. It's a lot of people just, and more so with the labels, you know, everybody plays it safe. And it's damaging hip-hop because you got artists who look up or get a good record, and instead of the label doing like they used to do and building their artists like back in the day, or even not even back in the day, but your T.I.'s, your Jeezys, your Ludacris, you know what I mean, your Eminems, Game, these are 50, these are artists that, Snoop is artists that you knew the artist even more and knew about the artist and you just didn't know they single. Like now, they just try to hit quick licks. So if you got a hot record, it's like, oh, we're going to put them out, we sign them up, get this shit done, you know, oops, I'm sorry, get it done, you know, and next thing you know, you got a hit record out and nobody even knows who you are. You have to say the name of your song for people to say, oh, okay, and then you only last as long as your record.
Just there go microwave generation, man. Everybody want everything so fast, man.
That's real.
Straight out the oven with it.
And I think that's why, like with my album, man, I let people get to know Khao. That's why I'm doing it independent right now. That's why you know, because I don't want no handouts. You know what I mean? I looked at it like a lot of people, you know, will say, you know, well, why don't you just go ahead and just knock out the production side all the way, and then just coming on the scene like, bam, you know, after I got all these #1 hit records, like I rap now. But I want people to see Khao's grind as an artist just as well as you saw Khao's grind as a producer.
Give them the whole complete picture.
Exactly. And if it takes me having to not sleep because I got to play a full-time artist and a full-time producer, I'll do that. But at the end of the day, people are going to respect my hustle and respect me as an artist, and all of that nonsense about he's a producer and producers trying to rap, that's going to go out the window. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I definitely have something to say, and all of my music has substance. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, Keys and Head is probably my most fun record on the album. You know, but everything on the album, I'm showing other sides because nobody's showing what's popping now. Everybody, I mean, either you shipping in keys from overseas, and you know, you done killed 1 million people. I mean, you know, like, but you know, my album is a hustler's anthem of taking nothing and turning it into something.
You just speaking for a hustle, just in general, whatever it may be, right?
Exactly. Like if I got a record called "Can't Go Back" on my album, to where I speak on, you know, when I dipped and dabbed and did my dirt, but I speak on it as not glorifying it, but dude, y'all don't know how it is to have money out there and you got something on consignment and these people, you know, they want their money and this is messed up and they coming for you and you know what I mean? It's other sides that people don't talk about.
It ain't all whips and chains, man.
Right.
It is still a business in there to a certain degree,
exactly.
Right?
And you know, and that's what you can expect from my album. Like, you know, even my club record, the next single, Tear This Up, with me and DJ Drama. It's a club record. And it gives the deception of, you know, and I produced the track to where the beat changes. And it's like, you know, it gives the perception of me in the club and you got people hating and blase and blase. And it's like, yeah, I could fight you. Yeah, I mean, you could bump into me and provoke me to do something, but that's ignorant. Why would I do that with all these chicks over, boom, and then the beat changes, it's a club record, and I'm talking about the action in the club, and I'm like, yo, I mean, do you really get dressed up to come and roll around on the floor and fight? You know what I mean? I didn't come in here for this.
Some straight common sense records.
Right. You know what I mean? And that's what hip-hop is missing. You know what I mean? And also substance. You know, I got a record with Ruben Studdard where it's about, you know, abusive relationships, but it explains the story and it's very realistic, and you can actually listen to the record and you see it. People not doing music often right now to where like Brenda's Got a Baby
and painting pictures for people, you know?
They're not painting pictures no more. So it's a lot of things on my album, and at the same time it's done, I'm a producer, so it's done in the standpoint to where if you just, you know, you got some people who just ignorant. Oh, he talking a message I don't want to hear. But if you just listen to my music, you will have to listen to get that message. You have to listen to the words. As in the production and the music, you know, you love it. Anybody, you know, like, man, this is hard. Yeah, it's hard, but, you know, pay attention to what I'm saying in the midst of that, too. You know
catch these people's attention a little bit.
That's real.
Man, growing up on the streets of Alabama, man, I know you said you was coming up on some tough times, man. Can you just break it down what it was like coming up out there, man? How it was hard out there for you, man?
Really, you know, I wasn't, you know, it wasn't a situation where I came up and I was, you know, like some cats, you know, where you was just straight poor. You know, my mom worked her butt off, You know, my dad was a hustler, you know what I mean, in many different ways, you know, but it was a situation to where, well, what I wanted to do, you know what I mean, what I always wanted to do, I was against the odds. And it was just a matter of, since day one, me trying to turn nothing into something, you know, but it was creative for me, and I wouldn't take anything back from it because it made me who I am. You know what I mean? And it was like one of those things to where I knew that, you know, this is what I'm going to do. By all means necessary. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. And I just went hard at it. So, I mean, Alabama to me, it was fun, and it made me, you know what I mean? We didn't have, you know, it wasn't a lot of stuff to do, but, you know, me and my people, we had each other, and, you know, we just made it do what it do, you know, and we had our dreams, and we just, you know, we just went hard. You know, I can't even really say, you know, I can't speak bad about it. You know, I can't say it was like, you know, boys in the hood. You know, it was just this is a whole different feel, you know what I mean?
All right. Now, 2007 here, we got the album coming, man. What else you got in store? I know you got the situation with the sweepstakes cards.
Mm-hmm.
What else is on the table, man? I know you say things about some liquor stores, some other things you got going, man. What's keeping them big chains around your neck these days, man?
Oh, man. I mean, for real, I mean, I'll really, with me, it's like I'm a businessman first. You know what I mean? Like, people will be wondering, like, you know, I didn't even go out. I hadn't even went out and bought the fancy cars yet, or none of that, because, you know, the way I look at it is I'm a real businessman. You know, I hang around billionaires and people with wealthy people. That way, it's a difference from having some money. You know, because you can have $1 million and spend $1 and not be a millionaire no more. You know, so the way I look at it is, you know, if I got, you know, okay, well, damn, KO, you just got $100,000, a couple $100,000 checks. Why don't you go buy that Bentley? Well, I'm gonna buy that Bentley when I could take a fraction of that, 15 grand of that, and open up a barbershop. You know what I mean? And have money that constantly comes. You know, so my thing is, I'm more of you know, on a businessman standpoint is that, and certain things aren't necessities to me like that. You know, and if you do see me in it, then you know good well, man, he done made about 15 times the amount of whatever that costs, and it has not affected him, because every morning when he wake up, he making a fraction of that just for waking up. You know what I mean? So
getting with that residual paper, man.
Exactly.
A lot of people ain't thinking about that. They thinking about that short-term money, man.
Short-term money and not having your credit right. Because a lot of these people that's balling, and they ain't balling on their own money. You know what I mean? That's where that liquid and the assets come in. You know, so that's just, you know, that's...
It ain't about that checking, it's about that savings, pimp.
That's real.
Well, man, anything else you want to get out to the people, man?
I mean, in a nutshell, you know, just look out for my album. You know, if you're interested in the sweepstakes, you can reach out to me on my space, you know, KO Music. You can also, if you want to know more about it, because it sounds like, you know, for some people it's hard to believe, like, how did a black man get on a ticket? I don't get it. You know what I mean? You can go to koiscoming.com, and it kind of show you a little bit more about it. You know, it's a little 4-minute EPK on there. You know, also, you know, I got a website that I'm about to put out called buykobeats.com, which sets up a situation from all to your major independents all the way down to your normal 9-to-5 working cats who ain't got money like that. They're able to still get a hold of a KO track and do what you need to do with it. You know what I mean? And as you know, and as well as that, you got the you know, my company Enterprise, which is a consulting firm as well as my label. You know,